You need a stool or a chair. Coffee table works as well. Stand behind it. Step your feet a little wider than your hips. Outer edges of your feet parallel. Soften your knees. That'll support your back. Hinge forward and put your forearms on top of whatever you're using for support. Drop your head and relax here. I'll start a timer for us. And I'd like to introduce you to the science of stretching. When you look at the published literature in exercise physiology, it's very clear that if your goal is to increase your range of motion, so a deeper forward fold in this case, the most effective way to stretch is passively. What that means is, as much as possible in this pose, imagine your body is like a wet noodle. In the science of stretching, principle number 1 is called wet noodle. Like an overcooked spaghetti noodle, try to relax as much as you can. In the same way that you might contract your biceps to do a bicep curl to build muscle, the best way to build muscle would be to contract your muscle as strongly as you can. The best way to lengthen your muscles is the opposite, to relax completely. Since passive stretching is the most effective way to build range of motion, does that mean that other types of stretching don't work? No, they work, just not as well. Does that mean that full range of motion movements don't work? They also work, just not as quickly. If your goal is quick gains, most efficient gains for flexibility, passive stretching wins. It's a clear winner. The second technique is a breathing technique called breathe to relax. I'll show you how it works now. Inhale through your nose to the count of 4. Open your mouth with a
What you want to do is put your shoulders up to your ears. And the reason for this is you want to stretch every muscle from your upper back to your calf on the back of the body. So everything in here is going to be stretching and lengthening, including those back muscles. So this is going to help you there. So light brace at the core, shoulders to the ears, and then you want to start your elephant walk flossing. And when you do each floss, you want to throw the body into it a little bit while keeping your tummy braced a little bit to just put the hamstrings under intense, constant load. So the goal here is to literally have your hamstrings like being tortured basically for the whole duration of the exercise. Like you don't want to just like snap your legs back like this and let them relax. You want to throw your body into it all while bracing and keeping your shoulders up to really get length in the muscle. And if you do 20 reps on each leg like this, you're gonna...
Standing version of cat-cow pose. Cat-cow is a classic spine pose, but it's really effective as a traction pose when done vertically. I'm using a tall chair. You can use a kitchen table or a kitchen countertop. Place your hands down, let your knees drop, make sure your toes are tucked under. Now inhale, very gently arch your spine and look up. Exhale, curl, and drop your chin towards your chest. Inhale, arch and look up. Exhale, curl, and drop your chin towards your chest. Inhale, arch and look up. Exhale, curl, and drop your chin. It's very small movements. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, curl, chin to chest. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, curl, chin to chest. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, curl, chin towards your chest. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, curl, chin to chest. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, curl, chin to chest. 2 more. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, curl your chin to your chest. 1 more time. Inhale, arch, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Release up to a standing position.
I have this weird mirrored wall, but you can use any wall in your house that you'd like. For this pose and the other 2 poses, I'd like you to work with 1-minute holds and 5 out of 10 intensity. So take a very, very gentle approach. The reason I'm using the wall for this first pose is because I don't want you to tip over and I'd like you to have support. Here's what we'll do. Stand with your feet about as wide as your hips, but your hip pretty close to the wall. Turn your right foot, your front foot out at about a 45-degree angle, and then step back into a deep lunge with your left leg. Now your front foot is turned out. You can rest your knee or your hip into the wall or not. If you don't need the wall, that's okay as well. What we'll be stretching here is our psoas muscle. This is a weird muscle because it originates at your lower back, crosses your pelvis, and then attaches here on the inside of your femur. which means if this muscle's tight, it can put excess strain on your lower back. I'll start my clock, and then I'll show you what we'll do to get a better stretch. Left arm up, 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 up. Ear and arm in one line. I'll reach up. If I can, I'll touch the wall and hold here. I'd like to feel a big, long stretch, but particularly down there in that weird psoas muscle, which should help to relieve pressure on my lower back.
That we'll do is a passive hang from a door. I'm using a belt here, and as you can see, I've closed the belt into a door. You could also hook your hands over the top of a door frame. That can work as well. I do find that a belt or a strap works well because, as you can see, I can wrap it around my wrists, and I don't need to use my grip strength. I can simply hang from the friction of the strap on my wrists. I'll position my feet very wide apart, and then I'll squat down, 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 and simply hang from the strap and breathe here. My goal is to passively relax and allow gravity to do all the work, creating just a little bit more space between my vertebrae. Remember, as you're walking around throughout the day, gravity is naturally compressing your spine ever so slightly, but more and more and more, and with each step, and especially if you're carrying something, and especially if you're running or jogging, there's more and more pressure on your intervertebral discs, and a practice like this allows us to create just a little bit more space. As we're here in this pose, let's use breathe to relax technique, where we inhale through our nose to the count of 4. Now open your mouth and exhale to the count of 8 with a ha sound. One more time, inhale through your nose to the count of 4. Open your mouth with a ha sound, exhale for 8. Good, and slowly release. Make your way up to a standing position and shake it out. I'll now adjust my strap down lower onto the doorknob. I'll drop down onto my knees. My big toes touch back behind me. My knees are very wide apart. And again, I'll wrap my wrists around the strap, drop down into a long child's pose, head and neck loose and relax. Arms are straight, again, lengthening from my hips all the way through my fingertips, head and neck loose and relaxed. This version of child's pose, again, allows us to reverse the effects of gravity, create a little bit more space between our vertebrae, and encourage that natural hydration of our intervertebral discs. Let's breathe again together. Inhale through your nose for 4. Exhale through your mouth for 8. Inhale nose 4. Exhale through your mouth for 8. We'll do one more breath together. Inhale for 4. Exhale through your mouth for 8. Good. Release your hands, drop down into a child's pose, and just take a moment here to relax.
Your psoas muscle and your other hip flexors on your back leg. Let me show you how it works. Make your way up to a standing position. Let's step our right foot forward and turn your foot out quite a bit. Maybe 30 degrees, maybe even 45-degree turnout. Take your back foot and slide it back behind you in a lunging position as far as you feel comfortable. Left leg back, left arm reaches up, up, up. Reach back with your right hand and reach for your leg back behind you. Your eyes look up towards the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Switch. Left leg's in front, foot is turned out. Slide your right leg back into a deep lunge. Right leg is back, psoas stretch on the back. Reach your right arm up, up, up. Reach your left arm back, look up. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. I'd encourage you to do 5 repetitions on each side of that psoas stretch.
Roll onto your belly. Put your mouth and your nose onto the ground. Mouth and nose right under the ground. Your neck stays long. Feet as wide as your hips. Tuck your toes under. Hands a little wider than your shoulders, way up high on your fingertips. When I say 1, I'd like you to claw with your fingers, pulling your body forward, and I'd like you to kick back through your heels, lengthening your body backwards. We're getting traction on our spine here. All the time, keep your nose and your mouth on the floor. 3, 2, 1. Lengthen forward, kick back like a zombie crawling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross your forearms. Place your forehead on your forearms. Take a break. The goal is to pull forward, kick back simultaneously, allowing your spine to stay in that gentle arch. We're avoiding spinal flexion, at least for now. Final round, final pose. Try again. Feet as wide as your hips, tuck your toes under. Extend your arms out in front of you, up on your fingertips. When I say 1, I'd like you to pull forward and kick back. Face stays down on the mat, your mouth and nose. 3, 2, 1. Claw with your fingers, kick with your heels, stretch your spine out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Roll over onto your back. Feet wider than your hips. Feet roll to the outside. Hands at your sides, palms face up. Lie down and give yourself a pose. Begin on all fours on your mat with your knees under your hips, your hands under your shoulders, toes tucked under. Allow your spine to be in a gentle arch. Inhale, drop your heart down, lift your chin up, look up. Exhale, return back to neutral. Inhale, arch your spine, look up gently. Exhale, return back to neutral. Inhale, arch your spine, puff your chest, look up. Exhale, return back to neutral. Inhale, arch your spine like a cow, allow your navel to drop. Exhale, back to neutral. Inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your heart. Exhale, return back to center. Inhale, arch like a cow, lift. Exhale, back to neutral. Inhale, puff your chest, lift your chin. Exhale, back to neutral. Inhale, arch your spine gently, look up. Exhale, back to where you began. Inhale, arch your spine, look up. Exhale, return back to neutral. Final round. Inhale, arch your spine, look up. And exhale, back to neutral. Sit back down on your heels, shake out your hands. Second set, instead of crawl cow pose, we'll try cat cow pose. If the flexion, the cat variation of the pose is too much, default back to our previous version. Hands and knees like a child crawling, toes are tucked under, knees as wide as your hips, your hands are under your shoulders. Inhale, arch your back, gently look up. Exhale, this time chin towards your chest and gently curl like a cat. Inhale, arch your spine, look up. Exhale, chin towards your chest. Now curl like a cat. Inhale, arch your spine, gently look up. Exhale, curl like a cat. 2 more times. Inhale, arch your spine and look up. Exhale, curl like a cat. Look towards your navel. Final round. Inhale, arch your spine and look up. Exhale, curl like...
If your hands don't quite reach, I have a belt and a strap for you here. So you stay right where you are, and I'll give you the strap here. Yeah, try grabbing hold of that strap. There you go. Perfect. Now from here, gently lean your head back into your arm. Good. And breathe here. Close your mouth. We'll breathe in through our nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. And then out through your mouth for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In through your nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Then out through your mouth for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do one more round. Inhale through your nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out through your mouth for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. You can release your hand and shake it out. One of the important things when we're doing the flexibility, we're paddling for a wave, and so you really lengthen through your spine. So don't think about a back bend, just think about a wave in the distance, and you're looking at that wave. And then when I say 1, I'd like you to very gently lengthen your fingers and your toes back behind you, and we'll just hold and breathe gently. Don't worry about how high you come, but 3, 2, 1, and we lift up, up, up. That's it. Yeah, and breathe through your nose. Now try to make your body longer, so your fingertips are stretching, your toes are stretching. Look forward like there's a wave in the distance, and slowly lower down. Fingertips stay up high. Good, and just rest here for a moment. So again, very often, no matter how strong we are, take a look at a couple of other poses.
It's really comfortable here.
So your body's really long. Think about your body getting as long as you can. Imagine there's a wave in a distance that you're looking at. 3, 2, 1, and we lift up, up, up. Good. Gaze gently forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. Great. Forward, fingers together, palm faces in. Yeah, palm faces in. Great. Now stretch your left leg back behind you and point your left toes. Good. Now drop your head so your ear and your arm are in one line. Now imagine your body's getting longer and longer and longer. Stretch through your right arm, stretch back through your left leg. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then release. Put your hand down. Toes are tucked under on both feet. Switch. So take your left arm forward. Fingers together, palm faces in, right leg is up, point your toes, but don't go quite so high with that right leg. There you go. Yeah, keep your body low, but just stretch. Feel like there's a string pulling your hand forward. There's a string pulling your hand backwards, lengthening your body. 3, 2, 1, good. Put your hand down, put your foot down. Comes up. Good, left leg comes up. Inhale. As you exhale, touch your elbow to your knee. Good. Inhale, lengthen forward, stretch long. Exhale, elbow to your knee. Inhale, stretch forward. Exhale, elbow to your knee. Good. Switch sides. Put your hands down. Both your toes are tucked. Left arm reaches forward, right leg back. Good. Inhale. Now exhale, elbow to your knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to your knee. One more time. Inhale. Lengthen, exhale, elbow to your knee. Good, put your hands down. Very helpful for balancing right and left imbalances. Start off on your hands and knees like a child crawling. Knees are under your hips, toes are tucked back behind you. Fingers are spread, hands right underneath your shoulders. Stretch your right arm forward, spread your fingers, and don't lift your arm up high. Instead, have it straight out in front of you and your ear and your arm in one line. Right arm forward, left leg back, not very high with your leg. Instead, keep it perpendicular to the ground. And we hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Left knee down, right hand down. Your left arm is up. Spread your fingers, ear and arm in one line. Right leg shoo, straight back behind you. Point your toes. Gaze in front of you on the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put your hand down, put your foot down, and take a break. Do that same routine, but do
bicycles. Lie down on your back and roll up a yoga mat, a towel, or a pillow under your lower back to maintain a slight arch in your back throughout the practice. Lift your head off the ground and look straight up towards the ceiling. Don't look at your knees, look straight up towards the ceiling. Pause here. Extend your arms at your sides, lift up on your fingertips, straight arms, strong arms. Bend your knees so your knees are bent at 90 degrees. Pause here. Arms are straight. Gaze is up towards the ceiling. Your head is gently lifted off the ground. Inhale. Now exhale, straighten your right leg to 45 degrees. Inhale back to center. Exhale, straighten your left leg to 45 degrees. Inhale back to center. Exhale, straighten your right leg to 45 degrees. Inhale to center. Exhale, left leg to 45 degrees. Back to center. Exhale, right leg extends. Back to center. Exhale, left leg extends. Back to center. Exhale, right leg extends. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left leg extends. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Head is still lifted. Exhale, left. Inhale, back to center. Hug your knees and make your way back up to a seated position. You can shake your hips side to side. Windshield wipers. Lie down on your back, again with a mat or a towel rolled up underneath your lumbar spine. Lift your head off the ground just a little bit. Straighten your arms, place your hands in a prayer position. Lift your knees off the ground, place your prayer hands between your knees. Knees are bent at 90 degrees. Keep your hands right where they are, your head right where it is. Gaze very gently at your knees. Inhale, open your knees wide. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, open your knees wide. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, open your knees wide. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Now very gently roll onto your side, onto your right-hand side. Good. Your feet are on the floor. Your knees are bent. Prop up on your right forearm. Prop up on your right forearm and lift your side body off the ground. Pause here. We'll do a side plank on your knees. If you're comfortable, place your left hand behind your back so you remind yourself to keep a gentle arch in your lower back. If you're comfortable, lift your hips up off the ground and pause here. Final step, if you're comfortable and pain-free, reach your left arm up into the air, turn, twist, look up at your left fingertips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way back down. Windshield wipers again. Lift your knees into the air. Extend your arms, hands in a prayer between your knees. Gently look towards your knees. Arms stay straight. Head stays where it is. Inhale, open your legs. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. With control, inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Roll on to the other side. On your left side, place your left forearm across the mat. Knees are bent. Feet are on the floor. Knees are on the floor. Press down and lift your hips up off the ground. If you feel okay here, place your right hand behind your back to remind you to stay in a gentle, arched spine. Option 1, stay right here. Option 2, reach your arm up to the sky, turn and look up at your hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower all the way down and roll onto your belly. Zombie crawl. Lie on your belly, extend your arms forward like Superman. Your feet are as wide as your hips back behind you, and your nose is on the floor. Bend your right knee up at your side. Place your right fingertips on the floor at your side with your elbow bent up towards the sky. Turn and gently look up towards the ceiling. Hold here and breathe through your nose. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through your nose, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow, deep breath. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release flat down onto the floor, your forehead on your forearms, and take a break. Extend your arms like Superman. Again, your feet as wide as your hips, your nose is on the floor. Bend your left knee up at your side. Place your left fingertips on the floor. Turn your head and gently look up. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lengthen, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, twist, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final round. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down your forehead on your forearms and take a break. Side plank pose. Roll onto your right side. Stack your knees, stack your ankles. Keep your knees.
Relief right away. So you take your finger and you put it, your thumb, you put it right up on that spot, okay?
You're gonna draw me like one of your French girls, Jeff?
I can't draw, dude. Let's go. So you put your, what an idiot. You put your thumb right on that spot, okay? From here, now all you're gonna do is use your own pressure from your hand and then move your leg in a certain direction, okay? Now what you don't want to, so once your finger is on that spot, you're gonna take your leg through the same direction right here. You're gonna come down until your knee touches the ground, okay? Once it touches the ground, it's gonna kick back behind you into extension, okay? It's key that you get past the midline of your body here, and then when you do, you're gonna lift up, okay? Your toes should be pointing a little bit down towards the ground when you do, so we make sure that we're getting a lot of hip abduction here. So then the thumb pushes and holds this back. Now I don't have to do any of this. This is just gonna be done all by you and Jesse. You're pushing as hard as you can into that spot. He comes up, he lifts, goes down, touches down nice and slow, back into extension, lifts up, toes pointing down, and every time you feel that, right, Jesse? You can feel it flossing through there. You do this about 10 times, okay? Once you're done with those, you rest for about 10 seconds.
This exercise is great for strengthening that and help support your low back. Begin by lying on your left side to strengthen your left gluteus medius butt muscles. Keep your right hip stacked on top of your left and place your right hand on your right hip. Then bring your right foot on the ground in front of your left knee and bend the left knee to 90 degrees. Bring your left foot up while maintaining the 90-degree bend in your knee. Hold this for 10 seconds.
Crawl, and our goal is to create a little bit of axial extension, meaning decompressing our spine ever so slightly. Here's how you do it. Lie down on your belly. Your feet are about as wide as your hips. Really important, your toes are tucked under. Extend your arms out in front of you. Now the next step is really important. Start off by lifting your knees up off the ground by kicking back through your heels. Now lift your elbows off the ground. Stretch your fingertips as far forward as you can. Kick back through your heels as far as you can. Put your nose down on the ground. Hit a timer for 1 minute and stretch out your spine. And then release down, put your forehead on your forearms, and take a break. That's make our body into an L shape as we fold forward. Here's the situation. If you have lower back pain, very often this motion is what triggers the pain. At the same time, you need to open up the muscles along the backside of your body so that you can move more freely. But let's see if we can do it keeping our spine in a relatively neutral position. To do this next posture, you need a chair like I have, or a countertop, or like a kitchen table will work just fine as well. Let's start off with our feet about as wide as our hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Hinge at your hips. Keep your spine long and neutral. Place your hand on that chair, on the countertop or the tabletop that you might have. Drop your head so your ears are between your arms. Hit a timer for 1 minute. And let's hold here, breathing in and out through your nose. Good. Bend your knees more, and you need 2 blocks. But if you don't have blocks, you can use 2 pillows from the couch. Anything. We need 1 for the front, 1 for the back. And this pose is designed to strengthen your posterior chain. That's a fancy name for all the muscles that run along the back side of your body, including your hamstrings, your glutes, your QL and erector spinae muscles, among others. Let me show you how it works. I'll put a block in front of me, a block on the back of my mat, and I'll come down onto my belly and lie flat. Squeeze the block between your feet. You have to wiggle and adjust so you get a nice squeeze. And then squeeze the block in front of you between your hands. We'll squeeze everything together. With your ears, keep your ears in line with your arms. We lift up and squeeze and hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Let me show you one more time. Lengthen. Lengthen, lengthen, and lift. Ears and arms in one line. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. When you're practicing that one, try for 5 breaths and 5 sets. If you feel any kind of pinching, any kind of compression anywhere in your spine, lower down and think about long, long, long before you lift. The next pose is called a diagonal lunge stretch. It's really great for your...
Place a stool in front of you on the floor. Hands and knees like a child crawling. Just like before, your toes are tucked under. Knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders. Extend your right arm and place your right arm on top of the stool. Extend your left leg back behind you with your toes tucked under on the floor. Right arm straight, left arm straight. Gaze in front of you on the floor. And now strengthen your whole front and back body. Squeeze everything in towards the midline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. Left arm extends. Your hand is pressing into the stool. Right leg extends back behind you. Toes are tucked under. Press your left arm down. Press your right toes down. Hold here. 1. Gaze in front of you on the floor. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release down. Sit back on your heels and shake it out. Second set. Hands and knees like a child crawling. Toes are tucked under. Knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders. Extend your right arm. Press your right hand down into the stool in front of you. Left leg back behind you, toes tucked under. Straight right arm, straight left leg. Squeeze everything into the center. Brace your spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release down, switch. Left arm extends. Right leg extends. Toes are tucked under on your right leg. Right leg is straight and strong, pushing down into the floor. Left arm is straight and strong, pressing down into the stool. Hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release back. Sit back on your like a child crawling. Keep your back slightly arched. Gaze in front of you on the floor. Inhale, step your right leg back and gently look up. Exhale, return your right leg to a crawl position. Inhale, step your left leg back and gently look up. Exhale, return your leg to a crawling position. Keep that slight arch. Inhale, step your right leg back, gently look up. Exhale, return your leg to a crawl position. Inhale, left leg back, gently look up. Exhale, return back to a crawl position. Inhale, right leg, step back, gently look up. Exhale, return your leg to a crawl position. Inhale, left leg back, gently look up. Exhale, return to a crawl position. Inhale, step your right leg back, gently look up. Exhale, return your leg to a crawl position. Inhale, step your left leg back, gently look up. Exhale with control, back to a crawl position. One more time on each side. Inhale, step your right leg back, gently look up. Exhale, return your leg to a crawl position. Final round, left side. Inhale, step your left leg back, gently look up. Exhale, return to a crawling position. Lower down, down, all the way down to your belly. We'll work on a sphinx pose here, like an Egyptian sphinx, lying on your belly. Prop up on your elbows, your forearms, with your elbows directly under your shoulders and your forearms and fingers flat on the floor. If you feel any pain or discomfort in your lower back or that sciatic nerve, please scoot your elbows forward until the pain is gone. The movements here are very subtle, but together with me, inhale, gently look up, use your forearms to pull your chest forward. It's a tiny movement. Exhale back to neutral. Inhale, gently look up, pull your chest forward. Exhale back to neutral. Inhale, pull your chest forward, look up. Exhale, return to neutral. 2 more times. Inhale, look up. Exhale, back to neutral. 1 more time. Inhale, gently look up, chest forward, sphinx pose. Exhale, back to neutral and lower down. Down, forehead on your forearms, and take a break. Roll over onto your back. We'll do some core work here in a very gentle, controlled manner. On your back, place a rolled up pillow or towel under your lumbar spine. You don't need much, just a slight lift to keep your lumbar spine in extension. Extend your arms straight towards your knees, spread your fingers wide, lift your head off the ground, look towards your feet. Slow, controlled movements here. Inhale, your legs stay straight. Exhale, bend your right knee to touch your right hand. Inhale, legs straight. Exhale, bend your left knee to touch your left hand. If this is pain-free, you can try bending your elbows and bending your knee a little bit further, but please don't push into pain. Err on the side of caution. Inhale, your legs are straight. You're looking towards your hands. Exhale, bend your right knee towards your right hand. Inhale, legs straight. Exhale, bend your left knee towards your left hand. Lie down on your back. Take a break. I'd like you to go no further than 3 or 4 out of 10 in terms of discomfort. If you're pushing further than 3 or 4 out of 10, back off, modify, less movement. Let's try again. Lift your head, look towards your knees. Extend your arms, spread your fingers. Inhale here, your legs are straight, and exhale, right knee bends to your right hand. Inhale, legs straight, and exhale, bend your left knee to your hand. Inhale, legs straight, exhale, right knee comes to your right hand. Inhale, legs straight, exhale, left knee to your left hand. Inhale, legs straight, and then exhale, bend your right knee to your right hand. Inhale, legs straight, exhale, bend your left knee to your left hand. Slowly lower down and relax here. Pull your cushion out from under your lumbar spine. Carefully roll over onto your belly to about 90 degrees, so your legs are bent. Keep your knees down throughout, and your lumbar spine remains in a slight arch throughout. Place your right hand down with your fingers pointing away from you. Gently lift up and place your left fingertips on the floor for balance. Optional, if you feel comfortable and stable, place your left hand on your side and hold here. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Out for 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2. We're breathing in 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. Carefully. Move with caution. Switch sides. Lie on your left side. Bend your knees to about 90 degrees. Your knees are stacked. Your ankles are stacked. Keep your knees down throughout, with a slight arch in your lower back throughout. Place your left hand on the mat with your fingers pointing away from you. Lift your hips off the ground. Keep your spine gently arched. Right fingertips on the ground for balance. If you feel comfortable and stable, optional, place your right hand on your side. Let's breathe together here. Inhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Final round. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower all the way down. Lower down onto your back. Roll up that cushion or towel again. Place it underneath your lower back. Give yourself 2 to 3 minutes here to rest. Remember, when you're healing from sciatica, movement is medicine. As we move around, that helps to clear out inflammation. And as we do these gentle stretching and strengthening practices, they help to stabilize the area around that injury. Be gentle, err on the side of caution, and remember that usually, even if you have lots of pain, within 6 to 8 weeks, your condition will resolve. Stay positive, commit to corrective exercises, and keep going.
Remember, with sciatica and other lower back issues, movement is medicine. You need to move to heal. It helps with circulation, reduced inflammation, and so that you heal long and strong. But you find the pace that works for you. I dropped a PDF of the poses that we covered in the description down below. If you'd like to train with me, I have a program called Yoga Body Daily. We work on strength and flexibility as well as metabolic health, and you can find all that information at YogaBody.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.